What up, tuners? Welcome to my school. It's now here today. I'm with a lot of people, but introduce yourself.
Stu Sensei is here.
Rupa Sensei.
Michael Sensei.
I'm Sonia, like Sonia Sensei.
I'm Rina.
ということでですね、今日は
Yay.
イエーイ今日は、たくさんのね、インターナショナルの人たちがいるんで、日本に来た時に一番驚いたことについて聞いていきたいかなと思います。How long have you been guys here? Japan?
8 years.
3.5 years in total.
12.
3 total.
30 years.
30 years, wow.
Wait,
30
you're not a...
years. I'm Japanese. 日本人です。
そう、その中で、日本に最初に来た時にね、長いことみんな日本にいるんだけど、最初に来た時に一番驚いたことについて教えていただきたいかなというふうに思います。
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
What was that in
Yeah.
English? That was really fast. What'd you say?
What's the topic in English?
Yeah.
日本で What was the most surprising thing?
That's right.
Okay, let's dive in! 誰から行く？ Stu Sensei.
No, you should go first.
Me?
Yeah, what's the most surprising thing?
I was born and raised here.
You went to
So
America
when
and
I
you
came
back.
from my mom,
No,
You went to America and came back. What
When
was
you
the-
when you came back from
what was the thing
America.
that you-
I wasn't expecting, but え？
it's called reverse
あ、戻ってきた時
Yeah,
に
reverse culture shock.
あ、逆カルチャーショックか。
That noise.
あった。My voice volume.
Ah, yeah.
Wait, you went to America and got
You
louder?
were always like that?
Yeah, I think so. Because so the first アメリカに行って帰ってきて初めて帰ってきた時に友達とご飯を食べたのよ松屋で So we had a dinner together at 松屋 Then we were talking Then he was like a little bit awkward face Then what's wrong with you? Then I asked him Then he was like You are kind of loud I'm embarrassed to hang out with you
Don't wanna make change for the best.
そうだからもちろん電車の中も喋らないし日本だとあとご飯屋さんでもなんかちょっと keep it quiet みたいなところがあるじゃんか、
We know that now, eh?
Last time we all hung out together.
Shibuya.
In Shibuya, when we went to Shibuya, like one person got off the train
Yeah,
and another
yeah.
person told us to be quiet. And honestly, I worry a lot about sound on the train. I felt like we were good. Like I was like, oh, calm down. And it's like, and we still got told. I think it's just no one really talks in groups.
Yeah, especially in Tokyo. But when I was living in Osaka, people are a bit more chatty on the
so
trains.
Very much so.
Yeah.
じゃあ
You
文化
belong
的
in
な
Osaka, buddy.
That's it. I need to go back. See my friend Guriko.
はいそれが僕のモンスタープライピンクかな
Okay.
Surprising thing.
Yeah
And don't sound racist.
Thanks for the warning. I always need that. For me, it's always the same thing. It's the how long it takes for something to be done. For example, within a business or to get a phone contract, it feels like it takes a very long time. So when I've been to meetings at a few different places, a decision that in England would take one meeting, I decided quite quickly, took 6 months. So I was kind of shocked.
And it's not
Why
a
that?
negative point. It's just
No.
It's just
people
surprising, right?
Yeah, it's just a shock.
Yeah.
We'll try regardless and see what happens. If it's good or bad, we don't mind. We just want to try. Here, it's
yeah.
like find the best solution, make sure that it's as
Everything.
secure as possible before doing the thing. So.
And to expand on that point, Japan is the image of being so high tech and fast paced,
Yeah.
like boom, 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 get everything done super quick.
Yeah.
But then when you actually come here and they're using fax machines and you know
Hanko.
you have to Hanko, I just got mine. You're like, wait, what's this? I thought Japan was living in the future.
いろんな側面があるね
Yeah.
ハイテクノロジーの側面もあるけど未だにねオールドファッションだと
Yeah. One thing I hear often is Japan is great at creating new technology, but they're slow at implementing the technology.
See, I heard different. The Americans, like Japan, doesn't do new technology. It makes old technology the best that it possibly can before it adopts a new one.
Yeah, exactly. So it takes a long time.
That was a Stu 先生の Surprising!
That's right.
本当にびっくりした。
What's his name? ヤバタン。じゃあ次、ルパ先生。
Me? Okay, well, one thing that really caught me off guard and I was so surprised is how much Japanese people love to drink. As an Australian, I love drinking, okay? That's one of my people's culture, alright? But then when I came here in Japan, and especially from October to January, first you have the end of work party, Bonenkai, and then you have Christmas party, drinking, and then you have Shinnenkai and New Year's parties and everything like that. So from October to January, I'm just constantly drunk.
October to January or just all year?
pretty much. Half and half the year around, yeah.
半分ぐらいはやりたくない人がいると思う。
So that
いや
was-
いや。
yeah.
So kind of people are forced to do
Yeah.
it because of like social, how they
Yeah,
say,
exactly.
manner.
Yeah, and I was there with my friend who's a company owner, it's like a really big company, and about 50 people just came up to him and poured his drink. Oh, Kaicho-san, hi, dozo, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. I was like, oh my gosh, well, he got hammered, so yeah, it's good fun, but you definitely need a bit of balance. But even the just drinking culture in general, Japanese people go out for drinks a lot after work.
Is it like a requirement though? Because I kind of wondered
So
that.
it's not mandatory, but
It
like,
feels
if you
mandatory
Don't, if
though,
you
no?
don't go, like people are gonna say, oh,
He wasn't there. Oh,
Yeah.
he's not getting a promotion.
Or,
Yeah.
raise.
Wow. So
Yeah,
it
I
is,
used to.
if you want to move up, yeah, it's kind of mandatory.
The first Japanese.
like a boss.
Yeah.
Boss offered that. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
It's hard to refuse.
Sometimes it depends. I refuse, then I quit.
But you had to quit in order to.
yeah, kind of.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that when I first dated a Japanese girl, and she's like, "Oh, I have to go to this party." I was like, "Just don't go." She's like, "Oh, it's a work party." It's like even more or less. In America, a work party is like we don't mix boss and a management and then the staff. We don't mix. We don't mingle.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's totally different. So if there's management there, the workers like in the same level, it's okay. But like higher, maybe it's changed now. But when I was there, you don't mix.
You
Have
look
been
like
to
you
a
wanted
Japanese
to.
wedding?
Yeah. Sangmang. Yeah, I've been there.
Oh, yeah.
Someone, you wanna come here?
So I will use that one. So that's one of the things that was, I mean, it's rude not to bring money to a wedding, but you can literally just show up. You can show up like this. I've seen people show up in a tank top and shorts to a wedding, no money, no nothing, and they just, that's why people crash weddings in America. It's called
Not in
wedding
Italy.
crashing.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
film of that.
yeah.
Not in Italy.
There's people who do it like a sport. They just go to the wedding and crash it because you don't know anybody. It's just like, oh yeah, Mary. I'm Mary's kid. Oh, Mary's kid is here. Like you don't have to pay money. You just show up and it's like you could RSVP, but you can bring more people. It's a pain in the butt, but it definitely happens. And that threw me off. It was like, okay, it's
Sangman,
Sangman,
yeah.
one person, but
Yeah.
2 people. My math is 3 + 3 is 6, but in Japan it's 7.
My experience was Goma. 2 people Goma.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right, Goma. Yeah. It's like I thought I'm bringing Sangmang, so 2 people should be Sangmang. It was like no, it's Gomang. It was like
Okay.
Yeah, the average one person.
You get a discount.
Yeah.
Affiliate
Ichiman discount. Yeah, because you brought your
Yeah.
partner or something.
I always go
What's
alone.
3 people?
3 people, maybe 7만.
Nanama, okay.
yeah, but if you're the boss, it's Juma.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's very expensive, right? So we sometimes make excuse like
Yeah, because it's
we have to
expensive,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah, 12.
something that threw me off also were on weddings. So how can I word this without being disrespectful?
It's a fine line. It's nice.
I'm gonna tap dance. I'm gonna tap dance on the line. What you would wear to a wedding, Americans wouldn't wear that. If you go to a Western wedding, women kind of look glamorous. The only rule is don't wear white because the bride wears white.
Ah,
But
okay.
basically, you can look like a celebrity. You can be kira kira. You can be like
okay.
fabulous. But you cannot.
Right.
You could wear anything
color.
you want, as long as it's not
Really?
white.
Wow.
But here, it's like the way that you dress is very
Kind of
monotone.
a
And
little
it's
bit-
very respectful. Like the one is gonna shine is the lady at the wedding, right? So like when I came to a wedding and it was very monotone, and I was like, oh, that, and then like the girl has like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 dresses. It was like 4 dresses. I was like, what are you doing? In America, she paid a couple grand and she wears that all night.
Right. Seems like hard work, you know.
Just one dress, yeah.
Little bit of ceremony, change, go drinking,
So
change,
that was
cut the
different
cake,
for me.
change.
Yeah.
Hard work.
Sonia sensei,
Oh my god.
what's your experience?
I felt like, the first time I came to Japan, the Japanese people were so non-confrontational and I loved it. Like in Italy, sometimes if I step on your foot, let's say, they'll be like, look at you like, what'd you do? Like, you know?
What's
and
wrong?
here they were like, sorry, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it was my fault. It was my fault. I am sorry. Like, I loved it. But also, I was so worried about the sarariman, like, as he said, you know, like sometimes you see them when they're drunk. And
Sleeping on the floor.
exactly. And I was like, oh my God, does this person need help? The first time, I was like, oh, I was worried.
Yeah, same here. The first time I saw he was like in the middle of the pathway. There's a step and then more steps, and you gotta turn. And he was there, and I went up and said, "You okay?" And he was like that, and he went
Right.
and he went like this. I have a photo of it on Facebook.
good
and
to
he's
go.
like this, and I'm like this, because I was really worried, and my friend's like, "No, it's okay."
Yeah. And the funniest thing, as soon as that morning time hits, they just get up, dust
back
it
to
off,
work.
straight back to the office, dude. No problem. Regular Tuesday morning, no problem.
And
We are
nobody.
soldiers.
And nobody will comment in the workplace of what just happened. So like if
Right.
we're drinking,
Ah, so da ne.
if you're drinking, you be like, "Yo, Stu, last night you took
You
your
were
pants
so
off."
Yeah.
I saw your bad cheeks.
Yeah.
And also sleeping in the office, that's seen as a sign of hard work. But it just means that the guy went out drinking all night with his buddies, showed up tired in the office. That's completely opposite to Australia. If you come up sleeping in the office, mate, you're start preparing your resume again.
Rina, what's
Yeah.
your reverse culture shock?
Reverse culture. いつ帰ってこられたんでしたっけ日本
5
には
月の
最近
頭、
でその前はカナダで
カナダでその前はアメリカにい
あ
て
全部でどれぐらい海外にいらっしゃる
1年ちょいかな
あ
1年ちょい
でそれで帰ってこられ
帰ってき
て逆カルチャーショック
逆カルチャーショックっていうのか分かんないけどなんか本当日本人は例えばカナダだったらいろんな文化があっていろんなアクセントがあるから英語を、手段として考えてる人がすごい多いんだけど、日本って英語をしてることにすごくブランドを感じててその英語だって喋ってることにかっこいいとかちゃんとした英語じゃないといけないアメリカ英語じゃないといけない訛りがあるといけないとかいうそういう考えがあるのがすごい多いかなと思っててで例えばネイティブスピーカーが話してたとしてもこういうことは言わないんだよみたいな日本人が例えば TOEIC900 点持ってる人とか、教科書で学んだことをネイティブスピーカーが話してるのにもかかわらずそう指摘する人が多いなっていうのがすごい思ってて学ぶことを抑えてしまう人がそうすごい多いなって感じ、
Nitpickers, we say. Nitpicking.
Yeah, but
they're
it's
like
just-
tiny detail and they'll be like, oh, no, damn it. I'm like,
nitpicking?
Yeah, nitpicking. Yeah. But I have a student who's studying to be a Japanese teacher, and she was telling me that she studied English for such a long time that her classmates are like, your she sounds like an American. And I was like, how does a Japanese person sound? And she said, oh, you say she, but we say she. And I was like, it's the same thing. And then she's like, no, listen. And I was there, and I was like, same thing. She's like, no, and then that's what taught me how strict you guys are. For yours,
So,
sounds the same, but for us, there's no.
So if I make like small mistakes, people are, sometimes accuse you don't say that. Like native speakers
Yeah.
don't.
No,
say
but I'm
that.
talking about even in Japanese. So like you're saying how the difference in Canada, right? Like how it's not like that. But here, you know how someone says, "Oh, my friend, he sounds so native that he picks up the phone. You can't tell the difference that he's from America, right?" But I was like, how would you tell? And it's like Japanese language is such strict. You gotta kind of get that sound. If you don't get that sound, then like you can hear that you're not native. In America, there's not like that. It's such a variety in
そう
Canada.
ね、確かにアメリカンアクセントって言ってさまずステイツによってもアクセント違うし、さらにその人によっても違うよね、
Many Japanese people think right American accent or the English is American or like British. We don't think other accent is not right English.
Or you don't think
like,
your accent is right. Like a Japanese accent is bad. And it's like, it's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
sound like Ken Watanabe in Last Samurai, it's super cool.
Positive spin.
Exactly. Try and look at the silver lining.
うんそうねまあそんな感じですかね
I have more.
Okay
So many culture shocks.
one
Do you want
more
more?
yeah
Few weeks
I
ago.
don't wanna edit that much
Oh come on.
Just cut it. Make
Edit
a video
me.
of just you and.
one
Yeah,
more
alright. Like I found a like a lost kid. How would you what would you call it? What would you
lost
call
kid,
it?
yeah.
A lost kid at a station. And it was like a big station. And then we were like, we can help you, blah blah blah. And then the mom came and she was so calm. she was like, oh, thank you so much. Like, my mom,
Would have smacked me.
oh my god, no, maybe not. She would have gotten so mad and so like, she would have been so worried. But Japan is so safe
Yeah.
that mom was like super calm. And I was like, oh my god, why isn't she freaking out?
Because we are sure that we can pick our kids up at the
See,
police
I-
station.
Yeah.
That's mother. I guess it depends on the mother.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought you were going somewhere else. I thought you were gonna say how she didn't want to make it a big deal. She's obviously very stressed out that her kid was lost, but she's not gonna show that emotion to everybody.
That's true.
That's what I thought you
That's
were
another
going.
point.
Yeah, that's
Like my mom would have been like, everybody would have like,
Yeah.
what are you da-da. My dad would be like, whatever. And then, but here in Japan, it's like, okay, I'm gonna look calm. Like, oh, no problem. And then when you get home,
Let it hammer down.
yeah.
Get the belt ready.
I had this student. She went down the steps, and we just happened to go down the steps together, and she fell. And she was older, and she fell, and I mean, she cracked her forehead. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's fine. So, and the blood is like, no, you're not fine. I'm fine, I'm fine. And the blood is going, and she's spitting, and it's landing on my face. And then I was like, you're not okay. She's like, stop. I'm fine. And then she ran away, and she just didn't want to make a scene. In America, it's like, call the ambulance. But here, it's like, no, I can't make a scene. That's what I think happened with
But maybe she really was just like so sure that she would find her kid.
Yeah.
She
I
wasn't
think, I
too
think
worried.
that's the biggest reason.
Yeah. And you even see like 6-year-old kids riding the train by themselves here in Japan. It's wild.
Let's just speak. He wants to say something.
Oh, I was just going to say,
The same thing.
Mike's like 60 years old, so when he showed his mum hitting him, that's not something that really happens now in the West, yeah? So,
Yeah.
Bro, I'm Hispanic. If I talk bad about my mom, I could hear the sandal flying.
it's coming.
Once I open this door, it's gonna go. There's no difference.
It's like Thor's hammer. It just goes. It finds its way.
exactly.
はい、ということでですね、まだなんかたくさんありそうなんですけれども、まあぜひね、皆さんが海外に行ったことがあったら、皆さんの海外の逆カルチャーショックもコメント欄で教えていただければ、ね。If you are foreigner, let us know what was the most surprising thing in Japan. Alright guys, you guys want to say something?
Subscribe to Chanel's channel.
Thank you. Alright guys, if you like what you saw, please dive into the like button, leave a comment, make sure to subscribe, check us on Instagram. Then I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, tonight.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.